There is no going back. Oh my goodness. So I came across this clip on Twitter of Doctor Who. Someone tagged me in it, and it's this clip of this woman, and she's playing the piano, and she's next to this kid, and apparently there's Doctor Who. I don't watch the show, so I'm just telling you who these people are. But Doctor Who is like, hey, get away from him.
Henry, get away from him.
And I'm like, him? And then I come to the realization, oh, that's a trans woman. I felt like something was off because it seemed like this person was drag or something. But once Doctor Who says get away from him, I was like, okay, well, there's that. And then the individual was like, well, it's not him, it's they. I was like, bruh, it was something else to go from, okay, not only is this a person in drag, I don't know if they're in drag or if they're trans, but now we got the pronouns, hey, it's them. And then they have this back and forth. They're like, what? No, you. It's like, you? No, you're who? Right? Like this Abbott and Costello routine.
Them. What?
Me.
What?
I'm them.
You're who? You're who?
And then the kid is like, it's okay. And Doctor Who's like, you know him? And the kid is like, yeah, that's my dad. Boom!
You know each other.
That's my daddy.
I don't know the full episode. Okay, I haven't gotten a chance to watch it. I'll watch Doctor Who like I told you in the beginning, but it was the trifecta. Okay, we went from trans or drag, then to pronoun, then to that's my dad. It was something else, I will say. And of course, it is sparked a lot of people who are upset. People who want to dub this woke, which is a bastardization in and of itself. Because I find it funny that all the people who want to be upset with the alphabet engage in the alphabet rhetoric. That's exactly what you do when you label something as woke. It's the same thing that they do with man or woman. I just don't see how people can't see the hypocrisy. But this has to do with the fall of the Republican Party. Because I want you to understand the reason why we are where we are right now, it's not because of Democrats, it's because of Republicans. Yes, 100%.
What?
It's the Republican Party who ushered in all of this alphabet, who ushered in all of this trans. That's who did this. It wasn't the Democrats. Democrats have been inclusive, always inclusive. They include this, include that, include this. But it's always been the Republicans who are like, no, there's been limitations and restrictions on the foolishness of their social, ideology. It wasn't until Republicans were like, listen, we've got to do something to sustain the party long term. And that's when they let go of the Defense of Marriage Act. Once that went by the wayside, you have never seen a Republican run on reissuing the Defense of Marriage Act. It won't happen. It won't happen. Do you want to know why? Because there is more money in fundraising. There is more money in fundraising for a fight that they created, for a problem that they created, than fundraising out of fear-mongering. Oh, look, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. It got to a point where now people are like, you guys have been saying this for a while. So they're like, you know what? Let this happen. Let's bring in the Trojan horse. Now we can prove that, hey, look, this is real. You have to give me money to fight this. You have to give me money. And that is exactly what they've been doing. The whole culture war nonsense. You didn't see the hustle when they had Rob Bushy Smith at a culture war event. You're going to have a flaming homosexual, and I don't have anything wrong. I don't have any issues with gays or any homosexuals. Okay, nothing against them, you two. But you're going to have that at a conservative Christian culture war event? The writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall. And sure enough, that's what happened. Now you have Caitlyn Jenner on Fox News. Now you have a whole bunch of a Bushy within the Republican Party. You got trans individuals who are now conservative. Everything that they allegedly said, hey, we're fighting against, we want to stand firm on our social conservatism. They let that in. And I would argue is due to money. That's what it always boils down to. It's money. So now you've allowed them to establish born that way. And I told you all this a long time ago. But once that's established, and now that we have trans kids, we have trans youth, well, now it becomes an even bigger money game because now you have an education, right? Now you have to create books. You have to create programs. There's multiple mediums of education that have to be created to educate yourself in the workforce, your child at school. That has to happen in order to have some type of understanding, to have this inclusivity of, hey, there are different people. It always goes back to money. Always goes back to money. And many of these Republicans, just as, Lindsey Graham and the rest of them, they're part of the alphabet themselves. That's the funny part. So I don't have anything. Like I said, you do you, let me be me. Okay, I'm not going to disrespect you, at all. I'm going to treat you like a human being. But I just want people to understand there is no going back. That's already been established. That is tantamount to sending black people back into slavery. They've done that in one way or another, whether it's through education, whether it's through the housing, whether it's through creating the hoods, whether it's through the resources that have been taken out, a multitude of ways. But as far as slavery as we know it in chains, no. Every other instance of slavery is absolutely present. So when it comes to, as far as the alphabet, you're not going to revoke that. That's not going to happen at all. It is now the new normal, whether you like it or not. Expect to see more of, trans youth. Expect to see more of the alphabet in the media, okay, in the, the movies, entertainments, the kids channels, because you have to educate the youth as well to be tolerant. So I just hope people are happy with what they voted for. Because that's what you voted for. I don't know what to tell you. That has yet, even today, y'all are voting for Trump. And Trump, this is the same administration that praised as far as Israel bringing about a gay marriage. So this is the same man who was talking about, I don't have an issue with, women going into the men's bathroom or whatever. You go into the restroom you want to go into. So I think that people need to understand what is the future. And you need to find a way to cope with it. Now you can, scream and cry and rah, 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 all the YouTube videos, right, who are just reactionaries, but they're not solving anything. Do you understand? They're not going to stop what's happening just by you putting out a YouTube video and you complaining about it. You not watching it doesn't matter. What they'll eventually do, they'll just come up with better stories. That's it. They'll come up with better stories and better ways to, put, the agenda of inclusivity and tolerance in whatever show you're watching, to the point you won't be able to go out and not see it. It will be in everything. It will be ubiquitous. So, and then once again, it'll move to something else, just as it did before. That's my take on all this. I say, hey, the writing's on the wall. Whether you choose to read it or not, that's up to you. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, look, this is horrible. This is disgusting. They're brainwashing the children. Okay, this is an indoctrination. This is what it is. This is a propaganda. Or if you haven't believed, listen, all of that is meaningless. Because what they're going to do is say, hey, that's the same thing as far as, having Jasmine kiss Aladdin. Why can't we have Aladdin kiss Aladdin? Why can't we have a Disney movie like that? So, yeah, there is no turning back. So, I mean, it just is what it is. You're going to have to live with it. Nevertheless, if you have a disagreement, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days. You know what it is, Friday through Sunday, call in. We duke it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.